Right now, the White House announces a tentative deal to avert a national railway strike. What the president is saying about the agreement, plus what happens next. Also, the political battle on immigration gets personal as dozens of migrants are sent to Washington, D.C. and Martha's Vineyard without any notice in advance. This is News 3 Now at noon. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first, a Madison alder abruptly resigned his position late last night. This about a week after his name appeared on a leaked list of paid members of the far-right group, the Oath Keepers. Gary Halverson, formerly representing the 17th District, wrote in his statement that his home was vandalized this week. He says for the safety of his family, he has chosen to resign. Halverson previously said he briefly joined the Oath Keepers in 2020 without fully vetting it. He went on to say he was only a member for 2 months. Halverson says he's proud of the accomplishments that he's made while working with the city. On the campaign trail, U.S. Senate candidate Mandela Barnes is releasing a new series of endorsements from law enforcement, which comes amid consistent attacks from conservatives on his stance on police and law enforcement policy. We sat down with a retired police officer endorsing Barnes. He says that Barnes's plans to invest more in training and social workers to support police are the right way forward.
A lot of people think police are all conservatives. I know that's not true. And I believe that funding and attacking those root causes of crime is a better way of addressing issues and helping police do their jobs.
Conservatives have criticized Barnes for his connection to left-wing Democrats who want to defund the police. We have fact-checked those claims in our Reality Check series, which you can find on channel3000.com. For his part, Johnson says, quote, violent crime is continuing to surge in Wisconsin, and that he will always stand with law enforcement to protect our communities. A tight-knit community is stepping up to help 3 children who lost their parents in a murder-suicide over the weekend. Yesterday, Dane County medical examiners identified the couple as Jessica and Jason Ray. A GoFundMe has been launched to help with funeral costs and to support the Ray's children. So far, they've raised more than $80,000. If you'd like to donate, we have a link at channel3000.com. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has looked at your certified most accurate forecast, and the smoke continues.
It continues for at least another day. So you said you could taste it out there yesterday, but you can see it. And the sunrise was pretty impressive this morning too. We might have a pretty good sunset too. But overall, we're 72 degrees right now. South wind at 10. Dew points up at 61 right now. As we see, the temperatures right now have started to climb up. We're about 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. So overall, it has seen an improvement and for most of the areas. So and that's what we're going to see today. If you look just at visible cloud track, you can see the winds have turned around. All the cloud cover, all the storms and showers are well to the north right now in the arrowhead of Minnesota. So as you zoom in, we haven't seen much cloud cover, just some high-level clouds coming through. But that smoke and haze is going to kind of keep the temp down, maybe a degree or two than it really would be. And that's what the current temps are right now. If we zoom in into the Dane County area, you can see temperatures overall into the low 70s, 76 at Edgerton, 74 at Stoughton right now. So overall, that's what our temperatures should be. Lower 80s, southwestern Wisconsin, maybe pushing 84, 85. Otherwise, Madison area around 80 and eastward towards the lake a little bit cooler. So that's what we're going to track. South winds at 10. And then things to know, like I said, smoke haze, warm through about next Tuesday, and thunderstorms come back in Friday night through Sunday, and I'll fill you in on all these details in a little bit.
All right, Greg, we'll see you then. Thank you. Well, less than 24 hours before railway workers were set to strike, the two sides say they've reached a tentative agreement. In a statement, President Biden said rail workers will get better pay, improved working conditions, and peace of mind around health care costs. The standoff stemmed from a dispute over sick leave and attendance policy. The agreement now heads to union members for a vote, but workers have agreed in the meantime not to strike. Ahead of the tentative agreement, Amtrak had announced it was canceling long-distance rail service. An Amtrak spokesperson now says they're working to quickly restore those trains. The political fight between Republicans and the Biden administration over immigration is heating up. Buses carrying migrants arrived at Vice President Harris's residence at the U.S. Naval Observatory in D.C. early this morning, and dozens of people arrived on charter flights to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, Wednesday as part of what Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calls a relocation program. Nick Giovanni reports.
Volunteers on Martha's Vineyard found themselves scrambling to find shelter, food, water, and other services to accommodate the unforeseen arrival of 50 migrants, including the elderly and children, flown there as part of a relocation plan originated by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Martha's Vineyard Community Services had 50 people sort of literally walk up to their front door.
Witnesses say the group wandered some 3 miles from the airport into Edgartown. Once in town, the migrants were met by volunteers who brought them to a high school where they were fed and later transported by school bus to a church to stay for the night. Barbara Rush worked into the night helping the families at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church.
From what we found out by talking to the people, they're originally from Venezuela. They were flown here. We're not sure what plane brought them here or how they got on a plane to here.
Volunteers said they were told by some of the migrants they did not know where they were, but were told they would be given housing and jobs. A statement from a DeSantis spokesperson read in part, Massachusetts, New York, and California will better facilitate the care of these individuals who they have invited into our country by incentivizing illegal immigration through their designation as sanctuary states. Since the spring, Republican governors in Texas and Arizona have transported several thousand migrants and asylum seekers to New York, Chicago, and Washington, D.C., all cities with Democratic mayors. Yet, unlike those major cities, these arrivals aren't met with migrant resources and services like immigration's courts, where their asylum cases can be heard. Massachusetts State Representative Dylan Fernandez arrived on the island Wednesday and called the move by the DeSantis government, quote, evil.
They're using children as political pawns. But the island community has really rallied together.
And in addition to food and shelter, the migrants were also tested for COVID, all tested negative. As for Republican Governor Charlie Baker of Massachusetts, he says the state will continue to support the short-term shelter services being provided to those migrants. The U.S. government is updating its latest strategy to fight COVID. Today, the White House unveiled a plan it calls the Global COVID Response 2.0. The plan's objectives include vaccinating people with the highest risk and who are hardest to reach to prepare for future variants and health threats. The official said the White House is requesting $4 billion to implement the strategy. Ryan Reynolds is used to being on camera, but this is a little different. The actor allowed a video crew to film his colonoscopy, saying it's not every day that you can raise awareness about something that will most definitely save lives. And he's right. More people under 50 are getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer now than they were a decade ago. The American Cancer Society estimates more than 150,000 people will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer this year. Tens of thousands of mourners are spending long hours in line to say a final farewell to Queen Elizabeth II. The late monarch will lie in state ahead of her funeral on Monday. Some mourners say they waited between 6 and 8 hours to see the Queen, but say it was well worth the wait and an honor to give their last respects.
We both signed an oath of allegiance to Her Majesty, and I feel like today is a chance to remember
say
that.
Goodbye. Yeah.
King Charles III will spend the day privately in reflection. Tomorrow he'll travel to Wales to meet with Parliament. And British Prime Minister Liz Truss is expected to meet with President Joe Biden ahead of the Queen's funeral on Monday. This will be Truss's first meeting with the U.S. leader since she took office last week. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The owner of an outdoor clothing and gear company is selling it all in an effort to combat global warming. Details coming up next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
Well, what about the windows?
Cross something important off your list. With energy-efficient windows for just $129 a month, now is the perfect time to get your home ready for fall. And keep some cash in your pocket.
Windows for $129 a month and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Backed by popular demand, Hyvee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hyvee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hyvee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hyvee, you get a 20-cent Hyvee fuel saver.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
The Mortgage Bankers Association says the average interest rate on a 30-year loan has hit 6% for the first time since 2008. The industry trade group says that's essentially double from a year ago, adding that the high rates are causing some potential home buyers to stay on the sidelines. The group says mortgage applications fell 1.2% last week from the previous period. And the 83-year-old founder of Patagonia is giving away the entire outdoor clothing company, worth about $3 billion, to two environmental groups. Yvonne Chenard predicts the move will yield $100 million a year to help fund their climate change efforts. In a letter posted on Patagonia's website, he wrote, "Earth is now our only shareholder." Patagonia will remain a for-profit company and says the money will help protect nature and biodiversity, support thriving communities, and fight the environmental crisis. That is your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
At the noon hour, the Dow Industrials down 86 points, the NASDAQ down 115, the S&P 500 down 38. The labor market has remained strong despite some slowing in other areas of the economy. According to the Labor Department, first-time claims for unemployment benefits fell for the fifth straight week at 213,000. That's down 5,000 from the week before and the lowest level in 3 months. Next at noon, we'll have your ag numbers, and Greg is back with the latest forecast. And then today on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor will be with us, taking your medical calls live. That's coming up at 4.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
One doesn't usually think of robots when you think about agriculture, but Rank Seed does. Rank is rooted in technology, striving to bring the best products to their customers. From DNA-level development of genetics and traits, GPS-linked assessment of yield and performance, to gravity tables and color sorters, to make sure Rank has the highest germination and the purest seed. Rank couples its customer-friendly service with the latest technologies needed to bring the best products to its farmers. From research to results, Rank Seed is rooted in technology.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
With more yard signs popping up for candidates and causes, News 3 Now's Will Keneally lets you know the do's and don'ts of posting yard signs and shows you a local group that's making an impression with their own yard signs. Tonight at 6.
Experience the excitement of the Jennifer Hudson Show. From the hit show Ted Lasso, we've got Hannah Waddingham. I'm so happy to have you. And Euphoria's Coleman Domingo is here.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is touring Scotland. She'll be back with us later this month. So here are your farm numbers. Ask anyone who's shopped for a car lately, and they'll probably tell you it hasn't been easy, but prices for used cars are finally falling. Christian Benavides has more.
Jody Vining came to this Delray Beach car dealership looking for the best trade-in value for his pickup truck.
I was actually trying to stay sort of ahead of the wave and try to get like the most I can get for the trade before, before the bottom falls out.
While that bottom is still far off, prices for used vehicles are finally starting to decline, down almost 0.5% from July to August.
What people want to feel is they're not overpaying for something that's a necessity.
Teddy Morse is CEO of the Ed Morse Automotive Group. He says he expects used car prices will continue to drop, and that's good for the dealership and the customer.
When we can buy the vehicles cheaper, that means the customer is going to be able to purchase them cheaper.
Inventory is sticking around longer, too, as rising interest rates cause some consumers to pump the brakes.
At the height, as soon as we would get a vehicle coming in, you would have 3 or 4 people waiting to look at that vehicle to buy it. And the cars wouldn't sit here more than a couple days at most. We're seeing that start to take a little bit longer.
Even as used car prices are just starting to pull back, the same is not true for new cars. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show new vehicle prices were up 10.1% in August over last year.
On the new car side, there is still a supply chain issue related to the availability of semiconductors.
Experts expect higher interest rates could drive down new car prices eventually. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Delray Beach, Florida.
Well, Tropical Storm Fiona has formed in the Atlantic and is now targeting parts of the Caribbean. Fiona is the 6th named storm of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. The storm is about 625 miles east of Leeward Islands, and it's strengthened from a tropical depression yesterday. Winds from Fiona are hitting about 50 miles an hour with even higher gusts. And Greg has that dialed up. Well,
yeah,
there's another storm also What, Alaska?
Well, that's the interesting one out to the Pacific is a lot of these typhoons come up there. They lift up into the pattern and become extratropical. Basically, they become like a cold core system, kind of like the one we had Sunday. But this one's going to be really powerful. This is a typhoon that's actually transitioning up to Alaska right now, and they could see some significant impacts. We call it coastal flooding, hurricane force winds. This is going to be a pretty major system as a push. It's already starting to transition away from being a tropical system. So that's the one thing. And then you talked about all the way on the other side. Yes, we do have the Fiona. So this is a track that's going to eventually take it all the way to next Tuesday. It's going to take some time. It's still well out to the east of the Lesser Antilles. And right now, as we zoom up, you can kind of see the strengthening is going to be very slow. So there's a lot of time to look at this. But eventually, they'll probably have some tropical storm watches and warnings here coming up there. So two things we got to sing, but they're not really going to impact us much right now because we got the smoke dealing with right now. And all these fires are still going on out to the west, although they have kind of tamed down a little bit with the pattern change out there. Our smoke, really, we're seeing the left of it. And then I think after that, we're probably going to see a lot less of it going on as we can see the actual amount of it for the next few days kind of lessen. So I think overall we'll see maybe one good sunset today, and then that's probably going to be about it. So if you look at the overall, the pattern changes, if I notice, we're going to get in a southerly flow. All the precipitation is going to stay out west with that front. It's going to take some time to get here. So we're going to see cloud cover, more southerly winds, more humid conditions. But overall, we're not going to see much of the precipitation chances. Even through Friday evening, we still got some waves going through, but most of it stays to the north. We may see a shower or two Friday night, but overall, the precip chances aren't quite that impressive. Until we get to Saturday, and then the main stuff's going to come up. That'll give us a chance for more showers and thunderstorms, especially Saturday night and Sunday. But definitely the weekend's not a washout. It's anywhere close to what we had last Sunday and Monday. So as you can see, temperatures today, lower 80s. We'll have upper 80s. Now the haze will have a little bit of an impact. It will keep the temp down maybe a degree or two just because it's not allowing the sunshine to hit all the way to the ground. But tomorrow, as we go later tonight, more higher dew points mean our temperatures should be about mid-60s, low 60s instead of the upper 50s. And the winds will start picking up tomorrow. As you go through, we should see temperatures then climb up to the low to mid-80s tomorrow with more cloud cover. As you can see, here comes Friday afternoon, more clouds and maybe a few showers. But overall, we're not going to see that much of a chance until we get to really Saturday. So overall, 10-day, once we get Saturday, Sunday, that's the main action to see showers and thunderstorms. Once again, not an all-day rain and certainly not something you would expect. And then once we get to about 81 on Monday, we have another chance for getting up to the mid-80s. And then there's a change towards the end of next week, although that's still a little bit in question how much we will drop, but our trend will be down in temperatures as we get towards the end of next week and to the following weekend.
Well, it's almost autumn, right?
Yeah, we're getting towards about another week, 2 weeks till we get to frost-free season.
Right, there, Mother Nature
and it's
brings the temps in. Yeah. All right, Greg, thank you. Yeah. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you're guilty of using the same 4 spices over and over and ignoring all the others that are buried in the back of your spice cabinet, then today we're going to shake things up a bit.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At iMart Express, you'll save on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to save. A $200 value, all for $79.
You can get your smile back today. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make high-quality tooth replacement affordable for everyone. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or life-changing dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can help you go ahead and smile. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Fill cracks and gaps in your surfaces with industry-leading concrete products from Acona. Rapid Patch Concrete Repair Mortar is a fast-setting, high-performance mixture that offers strength and durability while providing a fresh new look to your structure. A 50-pound bag is $15.99 after 11% off. All-purpose silicone caulk from DAP is a leader in weatherproofing and waterproofing. It's great for doors, windows, and siding, providing the best durability and flexibility on the market. All 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspections, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
How many of you are guilty of using the same 3 or 4 spices over and over while ignoring all the others that are buried in the back of your spice cabinet? If that sounds like you, then today we're going to hopefully change that. Let's start off by digging out that bottle of curry, which hasn't seen the light of day in months, so we can make it the star of today's recipe. In a food processor or blender, we combine a jar of roasted red peppers that we've drained, along with some chopped onions, some chicken broth, coconut milk, and a good amount of curry powder. We puree this until it's smooth, which takes just seconds. Now we pour this into a skillet, and once it simmers, we stir in some chickpeas and grated carrots. Now we add some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but if you prefer, you can use chicken breasts. Okay, we let this simmer until the sauce thickens up and the chicken is cooked through. Once it's done and you take a whiff of the rich curry sauce, you'll wonder why you don't use this spice more often. To get the recipe for what we call our quick chicken curry, which is super tasty, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spiced up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, it's time to meet our pet of the week. Meet Sheldon. He's an adult German short-haired pointer who's found as a stray in Monona. Sheldon likes to play fetch, go for walks, and get treats. Introductions to other dogs should happen slowly, and sometimes new places and people can be intimidating for Sheldon. So he's looking for a family who will help build his confidence. Look at that face. Good grief. Well, you ready to party like an animal? Plan your child's next birthday party at the Dane County Humane Society. Children ages 6 and older can interact with Humane Society education animals, complete an animal craft or shelter service project, tour the shelter, and more. To learn more or book your child's birthday party, visit giveshelter.org/birthday. Last week's pet, Harley, the dog, is still available for adoption. If you're interested in adopting Sheldon or Harley or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And 20-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer is hanging up his tennis racket. Federer announced his retirement. In a post on social media this morning, he said he was given a special talent to play tennis and reach levels he never imagined. But Federer also says he's realized his body's limits after playing more than 1,500 matches over 24 years. He said he will continue to play tennis in the future, but not just in Grand Slams or on tour. One of the greats, that's for sure. Here's Greg now with a look at our forecast.
Yeah, we're looking at still good conditions, hazy skies. Once again, we might see a really nice sunset this afternoon, and then obviously the smoke will probably clear out a little bit. But our next rain chance, we already mentioned a little bit Friday night, but then Saturday, Sunday looks to be the best chance. But once again, nothing like we had last week. We'll still be warm through about Tuesday, and then cool off after that.
Another taste of summer. All right, thanks, Greg. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.